Hello, I would like to introduce you to an idea that I believe is for the health and wealth of yourself and the planet. So it's going to create millions, it's going to benefit the health of millions, and it's going to help the planet. Is that something that you're interested in? Now, why would I, Sheena Kantar, be able to talk to you about this? Let me just give you a brief background about my history and what I've done that brings me to this point in time right now. So I've got a computer science degree. I've studied to master's level in business, coaching, NLP, neurolinguistic programming, hypnotherapy, and even Reiki. I was an auditor for the NHS over coronary heart disease, easy for me to say, coronary heart disease, cardiovascular disease, and across North Wales. And I made recommendations for the treatment of those patients. I installed a computer system right from inception to conception, right the way through 17 community hospital sites. I also worked with the NHS and with a pharmaceutical company into reducing the cost to the NHS. It also did increase the cost to the pharmaceutical company, or so the sales to the pharmaceutical company, but it also benefited the patients in less toxic treatment. So I am really loving looking for win-win-win situations, and I feel I have it here, and I would like to share that with you. Will you listen? I'm going to share the presentation right now. Just give me 2 seconds. Speak in a minute. I'm right back again. So this is about monetizing well-being, but for the benefit of everybody and not just for the people at the top. So let me share this with you. This is to do with Kangen water. Have you heard about Kangen water? If you want to switch off now, absolutely fine. Just listen to what I have itemized, a 12 million euro opportunity here. And I'm actually looking for help. I can see this and I need to, and I want to find the people that will help me bring this. It may not be in this situation, but there could be smaller situations. I've looked at this in lots of different ways where people can make 1 million, people could make 24 million. It literally depends on the size of the opportunity, and I've spotted it in here. So, first of all, I'd like to say that the scenario that I've got here is for a health club company. And so, looking at what really works well is whenever you have a head office, then you have sites, and then you have people that are buying things from these sites. That is the best organizational view that I've actually seen so far. So this one is a health club company. There's one UK head office. There's 100 sites and 750,000 members. So the head office will buy in total 101 machines. So one for head office and one for everything and one for the 100 sites. So that initial investment is going to be 515,000 euros. The average running costs, because it depends on the usage, so it's not going to go up and down too much, but say approximately 43,000. So if we were looking at 0.1% of members buy a Kangen water machine, so that would be 7,500. No, wouldn't. It would be 750. I need to put my glasses on. There you go. I can see you now. So 750 machines sold across 100 sites. The period of 1 year, which is 7.5 Kangen machines per site. That's not even one machine a month. So basically a machine every other month, something like that. So the gross profit that could be made on those 750 machines would be 1.4 million. But of course, we've actually spent 500 grand and we've got some running costs. So we take those into consideration. And so the actual profit on 0.1 members buying a Kangen water machine from this health club, 845,000 euros. Now, the reason I'm doing this in euros, and I know that I'm in the UK, is that Kangen water is with a company called Enagic. Enagic are in Japan, and they work in dollars and euros. And so there would be a conversion on that. So, but 845,000 euros, about £700,000. Does that sound good? Does that sound something you'd be interested in? So the ROI on that is 175. That is a fly. That was a fly on my camera. There you go. So it just shows you that this is real in real life getting on here. So the break even point, if you sold 160 machines sold across 100 sites, so 1.6 machines per site, then that's your break even point. But what if we upped the game a little bit? What if we went to 1% of members buy a Kangen water machine? What about that? So now we've got 7,500 across 100 sites. Obviously, the initial investment remains the same. So remember, that would be initial investment, say, in the first year. Then every other year after that, if they continued on the same sales, so even with this, if they continued on the same sales path, this is exactly what your profit would be minus the running costs, 43,000, 1.4 million. So second year would be 1.4 million. Third year would be 1.4 million because you're on the maximum commission. Wow. But what if we made that 1%? Again, it's the same investment, but this time let's put it over 2 years, 75 water machines per site, approximately 3 machines a month over a 2-year period, creating nearly 13 million. I don't know. Sounds pretty good to me. 12.5 million. Return on investment, 2,400. You tell me, is that something you'd be interested to work with me on and finding sites that may be interested in something like this? So why am I all with Kangen Water? Well, I always have liked to work with the best. There's no doubt about that. Even whenever I became in my personal development, I had to go to the best person. So I went to Bob Proctor and I became one of his consultants and I became one of his top consultants. And so I had to go to the best. I have to go to the best every single time, no matter what company I'm working with. And when I've worked with other companies, working with their strengths, I've worked with the top companies. I get so much more fun with that. Why not go to the top? So I went to the top with Enagic. I just keep getting led there. One of my strengths is maximizer, and it always wants to maximize on something. It has to be with the best. Enagic is the best. 50 years of research has gone into this water. 150 certifications on this machine. 500-year business plan. Like, who does that? Do you know what I mean? $1.3 billion of sales in 2023. I think they know what they're doing. Imagine Japanese technology. And the process of creating these machines is so specific. It's not done cheaply. It's not done cheaply at all. Very, very much care has gone into this. Japanese technology. But to tell you, I've got a 30-year-old Japanese car, and she is wonderful. I love her. She is just perfect. And she's still going. She's a real proper old timer. Not a piece of rust on her, you know, and the engine just turns on perfectly every time. Absolutely. So what we've got here is a win-win-win scenario, a win for the company. There's going to be income generation that just keeps going because there's more things to actually buy from this company. I'll share with you that later. Optimizing health for the staff and the client, including mental well-being. I've included a list of studies underneath that you can have a look at yourself and just check this out. It is the best machine on the market, without a doubt. Somebody asked me, you know, we need to make some comparisons against other machines. No, because you'll be looking at price as the main thing. It looks on the surface that these machines all do the same thing, but they don't. Not all water is equal. So why would you compare yourself with any competition when there's no competition? I've never, no matter whenever I was working with a pharmaceutical company and I had a drug, I didn't care less what the competition was doing because I knew I had the best. And I know I have the best now. The green policy as well ticks all the boxes for a company. Then you're monetizing it and you'll be able to give it back as well to the company and to the client. Oh my goodness. A win for the staff, access to the best healing water on the planet. Can you imagine your mental well-being and saying, listen, you got to drink a glass of this every hour? You will just change your life. This is highly conscious water. It is awesome. And then the win for the client, the people who are buying the machines, they just feel better and they attribute it because they bought a machine from your place. And then they tell their friends who buy machines as well. And everybody starts to get better, live longer, more people want to go to the gym. Do you see the just benefit? It just keeps going. This is the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, why Kangen water? I'll let you do your own research. But first of all, we've got to get the water right. We live on three planes: spiritual, intellectual, and physical. Now, we can help the intellectual and spiritual come through with good ideas if we help with the physical. And if we don't get the water right, we end up building up on toxins because it's not actually being, normal water isn't being absorbed. Did you notice that whenever you drink a lot, you pee a lot? And so Kangen water is absorbed at 85 to 95% because of the molecular size. Wow. And because it's done with the electrolyzed hydrogenated water, whenever you actually see the blood cells, you know, they did looking at the blood, and they didn't have water when they woke up in the morning and the blood cells were all congealed together. And then whenever they had a coffee, they started to move a little bit, but some of them were still congealed. And then they had bottled water and they'd move a little bit, but there were still little clumps going on. And then when they had Kangen water, it was like the blood was just having a party. They were literally just dancing around. It was just so great to watch. I'll share the video if you ask me. And, you know, so it's antioxidant rich. It's not being stripped of anything. It's going across titanium plates. 8 titanium plates. My goodness. And, you know, it beats the pants off bottled water, let me tell you. I mean, that's good for the planet and the reduction of planet waste, isn't it? And it's the most studied water. We've got 40 published articles on PubMed. I'll share a few of them at the end. So what would this look like if you were to find somewhere, or you're the company that actually wants this? You know, first of all, we, you know, identify the site. Okay, we've identified the site. Is that you? You know, whenever we have a look at the ordering, is it, you know, we get the ordering done straight away. We've got a sales team to be able to do that for you. All done. And I'm here to support you the whole way through this. Remember, I put a computer system in across 17 sites. I think I can work with a water machine across, you know, what we've got here. So the staff training, all of that. That's all the stuff I've been involved in before. Guidelines, procedures for the use of it. You think it's just water, but there's 100 uses of this water. 100 uses. Then the machines are going to arrive and we're going to have to go through all that again and make sure you're not pressing 2.5, and that's the pH value for cleaning the floors. You don't want to be drinking that now. And then basically just like, you know, how would you sell them? And this is just all, you know, really hyping up the activity, etc., etc. I've got lots of ideas in my head that I can share. There's also other opportunities for sales. There's a shower unit. Now, my goodness, the shower unit, I love it. It's like showering in blue zone water. It is going across a stone from Okinawa, and all the chlorine is taken out of it. It is the cleanest water that I'm showering in that I've probably ever showered it, because I'm not sure if I've ever showered in a blue zone water area before. So there's turmeric tablets that have never had any chemical near them. They have literally on land, virgin land that was watered with the Kangen water. They are grown and fertilized and kept clean, because also this Kangen water can be used as an anti-pesticide. And so it is literally, it's only ever had Kangen water around them. And then they are manufactured in a place that is cleaned with Kangen water. And then they are put in capsules. And so they have never touched anything chemical at all. and the M Guard, which is a device for reducing all the static. If you ever go into, I've got a video of a hotel room, and whenever they put on a static device to actually see the electrical activity that's in the room, and it was huge. And then you put on this M Guard and flat lines. So you could have M Guard, static free zones. Wow, would your mind calm down? How much would people pay for that? To stay in a hotel room, maybe like that. So I'd be interested in your ideas. So that's basically it, monetizing well-being, and that's my email. And or you can just reach out to me from the mode that I've sent this to you from anyway. And I can send you a copy of this presentation as well, and you can click on all these different things and find out more about it. And I've got some more leaflets as well. I would really, really, really love to know your opinion and any ideas that you may have as well. So that's basically all it is from me, and it's been a pleasure to have you watch me. And yeah, perhaps you will reach out. Perhaps you will have some ideas. That the whole purpose of this was to infiltrate ideas and see what percolates. Contemplate it. Give me a call. Speak with me. Let's have a chat. You give me some numbers, and I will type them into my beautiful Excel spreadsheet, and we will come out with, yeah, well, this company would make 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, whatever million. And then we can do a presentation and we can go to the company together. How about that? Listen, have a great day and speak to you soon. Cheerio now.